Hello, this is Heather Hoffman, and today I have a card to share with you using lots of reverse confetti stamps and dies and pattern paper to kind of make a diorama style little scene. And the first thing I've done is I took a panel of white cardstock and I die cut the center out using the main frame from Hello Thanks Label die set. And then I've used a couple different pattern papers from the current Fun Time 6x6 paper pad. Now to add the grass, the small little set Nuts About You, the coordinating dies have this great little stitched grass image. It's just a great scene builder, and it's kind of tucked in there. Might not be super easy to notice if you didn't see that it was in there already. And it's a super cute stamp set as well. So I'm starting off by, I've cut the panel of the blue. I like to use small patterns for scenes like this. It keeps it from getting too busy. So I used a blue for the background, and I used a similar pattern just in the green for the grass. And I mounted the grass behind the white window, and then I'm adding foam adhesive to the back of that panel. And this is going to be the start of our dimension for our little scene. Pops it up a little so the grass looks like the hill is a little in front of the blue sky in the background. And I used lots of foam adhesive just to keep this nice and sturdy. And you might notice on this it's easier to add that blue from the back so that you don't end up with it crooked and poking out the side a little bit. And now I'm going to grab one of the cute little bears from the Honey Bear stamp set. I've already stamped, colored, and cut it out. I used 3 or 4 just simple Copic colors and a little bit of white gel pen. And I've colored it up, and I'm going to set him on there. Next part of the scene, the new stamp set Seriously. The coordinating dies, I've used the clouds just to cut the clouds. I didn't stamp them with the stamp set, I just cut them with the coordinating dies and some more of that pattern paper from the same paper pad. And I'm going to lay those on. And now I wanted a little sunshine, and the perfect size sun was in the Think Pink stamp set. So I stamped that one with Tangerine ink on some pattern paper from a different pattern paper pad called Every Little Bit. It was a great tone on tone, and that blended just right with the color of the bear that I had colored up. So I'm going to mount the bear on with foam adhesive. So it's a nice thick bumpy card because you already have one layer of foam adhesive, and now adding another with the bear behind there. And then I'm going to mount, so I'm just putting the foam kind of on the edges of the clouds that go down to the bottom. So I'm mounting the foam on the bottom layer instead of on the top, so it's going to tuck a little lower than the bear there, and that'll hold it in place well enough. You don't have to use adhesive on that white panel to hold it either. It'll hold nice and sturdy there. Same thing on that little cloud. I'm going to tuck it in there, and then when I add the sun, I just put some tape right on the sun because I just was attaching it right onto the cloud that it was already touching there, so I didn't need to add foam adhesive to that because I wouldn't have had a good spot to fit it. So tuck the sun on there, and then for that last cloud it's hard to fit it in the right spot, so I put the foam adhesive on my background, and it was a little too big a piece, so I just grabbed my scissors and trimmed that little bit out that would be poking out, and then peel the tape off and add the second part of that cloud there. Now I should have stamped my sentiment at the beginning. I kind of forgot to do that, but because I had enough foam layer in there, it still worked. I had a sturdy enough surface to stamp it, so I'm adding my sentiment from the same Honey Bear stamp set using Midnight ink. And there you go. As I pick it up and turn it around, you can kind of see the texture and dimension and how it's such a fun 3D scene by layering all those up together. Thanks so much for coming by. Have a wonderful day.